Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Valheim. You'll notice I'm in a bit of a different spot than I was in the previous session. Previously, I was actually way down here by the Ichthyr area. That's kind of where I was gonna set up camp. But as I looked around, I realized there's no Black Forest for like 12 square miles. I went all the way up the coast, all the way around, and I even went up onto this little area here. And there's a Black Forest this way, but it was across water, and I really didn't want to have to travel across water just to get to a Black Forest. In fact, I need the Black Forest in order to really sail the seas pretty much at all. The only thing I have access to right now is a raft. But up here, there's these kind of dark areas, and that there is Black Forest. So I found it right here, and this was an okay spot, but I wanted to move somewhere with a little bit more access to the sea, and a bit of a nicer building area. So I traveled all the way along the outside of the Black Forest, and I got here. So this is a nice little area, because there's water right along the side, like so. Beautiful ocean area. Quite the view as well. There's even a little hut here that I'll probably turn into like my docking area once I finally get into the boats and stuff. And on top of that, there was this rundown village, which I kind of rebuilt a little bit. Because I have done some work since the last episode. No one said that they wanted to see more buildings, so I kind of left that off camera for now. It wasn't very eventful anyway. I just kind of repaired most of these structures. So in here I have kind of my bulk storage and my workbench. And then over in this little hut here, I have my bed and just a workbench so I could repair the building. Down here, I don't have anything exciting yet. This building, I had stuff before it was destroyed just the night prior to this day. So I'm going to quickly place down this, and then I have all the means. Piss off. I have all the means to build my beehives. I think I had like 6 of them. Maybe 5, I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot, I have 1 too many. We'll just start building on the other side. I'm sure eventually I'll get more. But, so I got my beehives kind of lined up along here. I might turn this into like a boar breeding pen in the future. But I might make it a little bit further away. Maybe I'll make something over here instead. Because the boars are easily spooked during their taming process. And then I built up this gazebo in the middle, which is kind of my pseudo resting place and cooking station. This is the first thing I actually built by myself here. Everything else is kind of pre-generated. All I did was repair it. This I built all on my own. So I did a bit of messing around with the flooring, and this is kind of the best I came up with, this rounded edge. And then I put the square on the inside so that I could line up these floors a lot nicer. And then I got these kind of cross-section wall railing kind of things. I don't know what to call them. And then I got some pillars in the middle going up to my rounded roof, which I got the logs along the roof pieces. And up at the very top there, it's kind of hard to see. But I actually used stairs to get that kind of planked effect. So those are really just stair pieces that I'm using for the roof, which is rather nice. I like the look of it. So I'm going to do probably a little bit more building today. And on top of that, I'm going to go diving through some burial chambers in the Black Forest here. So if you want to bear with me, I'll catch you guys up when I'm doing something interesting. Alright, so I was just getting ready to do things, and I got an event. And it's an event that I'm not a fan of. The forest is moving, so a bunch of gray dwarves and probably a troll are trying to kill me right now. So I'm going to quickly try and craft something. If I can, please. Yes, perfect. I just need a torch, because that is kind of like the ideal weapon against Grey Dwarfs. Because they don't like them. Problem is, look how many there are. So if I can pull them away... Leaving music there. If I can pull them away from my base here, that's kind of ideal. And I might even be able to use my Stag Breaker here. Oh, yeah. Nice hefty hit. So, the Stag Breaker is good for groups of enemies, as you can see. But I have to still try and not get hit, which is kind of the hard part. But this seems to be working a treat. So if I keep doing this, I might just survive. As long as I hit before the big guy does, I hit him away from me. Enough. Hell yeah, alright. That's a success. I literally just crafted up the Stag Breaker. So I'm kind of impressed on the timing, because I've never used a Stag Breaker before. I just saw it come up on my possible crafting list. And I was like, well, I'm definitely going to check that out. Although I am dying, so might want to be a little more careful here. Alright. If I can keep killing him without getting hit by others, then I'm good. But right now I'm at really, really low health, so... Also, this shaman's a pain in the neck. I'm going to take this back out. Light them on fire. How did that hit me? Blasphemy. Did that poison me again? No way. No way I got hit twice by that. Come on, come on, come on. Don't die. Don't die. Whoo! Okay, that was close. Can't eat anymore? Garbage. Alright. That shaman needs to die. Let's see if I can't place a few good shots here. Oh god, okay. Now, I don't want you going off killing my base. Get back here, you coward! He thought about it, but he's still a coward. What are you, Marty McFly? Fuck. I'm coming after you. You don't get to live. This isn't how this works. You don't just get to stroll up into my territory and get away with your life. Hey, that gave me an ancient seed. I need those. I think it takes 3 of them to spawn the next boss. The Black Forest boss. So that's good. Good. Awesome. That was surprisingly okay. I didn't die. I was definitely anticipating death, but I did not die. Oh, check out that stag. Nice shot. Oh, beautiful. So that was like I think a 2-star. And those produce way more resources than normal deer. Let me take this out again, just to deal with this guy. Alright, he should burn to death now. Nice. That was awesome. Love that. Missed on a boar that was basically standing still. Alright. So, I was gonna start recording and tell you guys that another key feature of this little village that I found is that there's copper deposit literally right here. And I have searched through the forest just a little bit as well. And you can see there's a copper deposit there, burial chamber, copper deposit, burial chamber. I think there was another burial chamber over here, but I was getting chased by a troll, so I couldn't do that. And you can see this little section of white. That's a mountain, and that's going to be important a few biomes away, but still good to know where one is. But now that I've built myself a stag breaker, I'm going to go into one of those burial chambers, and I'll see you guys there. Alright, pro tip of the day from someone who's not a pro, but has worked the Google. Hugin will show up and try to tell you about the burial chambers when you find them. This is what one of them looks like. There's another design, so this isn't the only way they come. But as you can see, if you were to come from this angle, you probably wouldn't notice it. So, if you don't click E on Hugin when he shows up for the first time, he will come back every single time you come across a burial chamber. So it's a great way, as you're walking through the forest, if you come close enough to a burial chamber, Hugin will appear. So it's a good way to identify where one is so you don't just walk right past it. Now, I marked this one on the map earlier, so I already knew about it. But yeah, we're going to head right in. I'm going to take out my stag breaker, because it's really good against skeletons and groups of skeletons. But this is what we're looking at here. This dark, kind of dingy little cave. So you're going to want to be careful when you enter here, because there's almost always skeletons lurking around the corners. Yeah, right there. Okay, so I'm going to hop up on this ledge, because these skeletons cannot get over the ledge. I'll just take out my stag breaker, smash him in the face. He'll come running right back, because he wants more. And you can destroy him. Super easy. You've never killed anything easier than this before. Now, I hope you guys can kind of see. This is a great use of the stag breaker here, where they group up like that. Makes it super easy to kill them. Alright, so these little yellow mushrooms, they're just another optional food source. I believe they provide high in stamina, which is good, of course. We like stamina. Yeah, stamina 30. So it's pretty darn close to the quality of the honey, but it also provides just a tiny bit more health than honey does. So it's a little bit of a trade-off if you want to use that instead of honey. You certainly can. Now, that's another thing to note. That guy with the green club, that's a rancid remains. We're going to come back and deal with him later, because right now, he's going to kick my ass. So if at least I can gather things and get prepared for him, then we'll be fine. So I'm going to keep walking around, picking up all these mushrooms and stuff. Walk carefully into every room. There's all these chests around. They have good stuff in them. Awesome time to use this, because it hits in such a large area. Alright, and now these are what we're actually here for. These are the one reason you come down here. Surtling cores. Those are what you use to craft a furnace and a charcoal kiln. So the way you produce charcoal with the charcoal kiln, obviously. And then the furnace is the way you refine all your metals so that you can actually craft with them. Because otherwise they're completely useless. So that's why we're down here. We need a total of 20. I think I already have a few back at home base. This cave system doesn't seem particularly large. Checking all the corridors that don't have doors first. Because door sections here. So if I go through here and it's absolutely horrific on the other side, I can come into here, close the door, and I have a little safe spot to heal up. So that's your little pro strat. And again, I'm not a pro, but I'm giving pro strats. So, subscribe. Alright, so we're done everything else. We just have to go through the rancid remain door. I'm just gonna hit him with a few of these and hope it kills him. Oh my god, that worked. Okay, yeah, so that's why the stag breaker is so good. Now the other strategy, if you don't put together a stag breaker, is you can kite him out to the starting area and jump up on that little ledge that we used on that first skeleton we fought. And they aren't able to get up that, so you can just stand there and laugh at them while you either shoot them with your bow or swing at your club. Just be careful not to get too close, otherwise he'll swing back. And he hits hard, and I believe he applies a poison effect. So, not something you want to mess with. Now, there's all this nice stuff in here. Obviously, got all the Surdling cores. This is, like, the room. And we actually got really lucky. 9 Surdling cores out of a dungeon is really good. I think the average is like 6 or something like that. But 9 is great. So this is what we're going to hit E on to register the location of the Elder. And holy cow, it's so far away. Awesome. So that's going to be quite the trek when we eventually do that. But that is the... I believe it shows you the nearest Elder spawn location. So I'm going to have to go all the way there when we eventually want to fight the next boss, which is the Elder. So that is going to be a pain in the neck. Now there is ambient sound in these caves of all the bones and skeleton sounds and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a huge fan of that, because sometimes it's like, oh my god, what's behind me? And it's nothing, just because it's ambient sound. And that kind of sucks. Kind of takes away from it. I'm going to head over to the next burial chamber, and I'll see you guys there. Alright, so this here, I know it's a little dark, so I apologize if you guys can't see. I know YouTube's not great for that kind of stuff. This is the next type of burial chamber. So I'm going to head in here because I am being chased right now. But this is just the other style that shows up. Now, I don't think they can follow me in here, so I should be safe. So I'm going to take out my stag breaker, pick up these mushrooms, and cautiously walk out into the middle of the room so that if anything wants to come at me, they come at me. I'm going to scroll in because it's nice to be nice and tight with your guy in this cave system. These tunnels are so tight that you kind of have to be very, very close. Alright, I should say, those piles that I just destroyed, if you let them sit too long, they will spawn skeletons in, and possibly rancid remains as well. So that's kind of the reason you want to get those as early as possible, and take them out very, very fast. So that you don't have to deal with more skeletons. Now, this is actually really cool. I've never seen a skeleton laid out like this, with the little rubies at the feet. But awesome. We got some skeletal bone fragments and stuff. And this will tell me the same location of the Elder. These are actually not a... Like, this room doesn't always spawn in caves, so we actually got really lucky in both of these. Incredibly lucky, actually. So we're going to continue on. Even though we already got pretty much everything we came for, we're going to keep going. Because I want more. I'm greedy. I'm a human. It's in my nature. So I'll take those. Pretty straightforward. Take the mushrooms. Now I know I'm going to start running out of room for stuff soon. But as soon as I do, I'll just start throwing things on the ground. Like, I don't really need the thistles and stuff like that. But we'll see how much I can carry. Now, the skeletons don't do a ton of damage. The 2-star ones do, so be careful of those. Don't underestimate them. But the regular skeletons don't. And you can see here, their hit range is not great. So if you react, you can back out of it really easily. Makes it super easy to kill them without taking damage. Of course, I don't care enough. I'm just going to smack them because I have lots of health. That's why the kind of food combination I'm working with is really good early game. Definitely recommend it. So I'm just going to drop the thistles so I can pick up the skeletal trophy. I don't really know if they're going to be useful at all, but might as well take it. Get rid of my rocks. Don't need those either. Those are easy to get anywhere. This is a dead end. And through here... So there's this little kind of down area. It almost never goes anywhere, I don't think. So, not particularly useful. But we can head back. I think we completed this branch, so now we can go off to this right side here. Again, always check the sides that don't have anything first. So I'm going to be more careful with the 1-star skeleton, because I know he will deal pretty significant damage with that sword. So I'm just going to do that kiting technique where I just back up anytime he tries to hit, and then I come in with a swing right after. Like I said, super easy, just don't get hit. Oh man, this one goes far. Let's smash him. Smash both of those guys. And you're done. Alright. Pick up a few mushrooms. Carry on through the tunnel. There's another skeleton here. He's barely even noticed me. I'm just going to take the hit and keep swinging. I'm Mario up in here, alright? You ain't got nothing against Mario. Oh, man. Alright, so... I'm going to head back through here. I think there's one area we haven't checked yet. Yeah. This area here. So there's another one of these spawners. I'm just going to take the hits so that I can destroy it. Hit him again. Hit him one more time, and he's dead. And that should be pretty much the end of this entire cave system. Was that 2 of these in one cave? What even is this cave system? This is insanely lucky. And I have a total of 20 Surtling cores just out of 2 chambers. This is insane. Again, I have never seen this kind of luck. Not that I've played a lot of the game, but I have never even heard of this kind of luck. I do my research, and I have not come across this before. That's nuts. Alright, well, I'm glad I have it on camera. Otherwise, I'm sure people wouldn't believe me. Because, yeah, there was a thing to the left here, right? I want to make sure I'm not just going crazy. There was another room. With the... Yeah, right here. And it had one of those rooms. Yeah, exactly. See, I'm not going crazy. Man, that's insane. Alright, well, now that I have everything I could possibly hope for, I'm going to head back home, and I'll see you guys later. Alright, so I put my Surtling cores to good use, crafting up these 2 furnaces, and the 2 coal kilns, which are the things on the outside. The smelters are the ones in the middle. So you put coal on one side, you put your smelting item in the other side. That would be your copper or your tin. And then the output comes out here in an ingot style. The kilns, you just shove a bunch of wood in there, and then coal pops right out. It doesn't matter which kind of wood you use. It just has to be wood. And that's going to do it all for today's episode. If you guys liked it, hit that like button down below. If you didn't, let me know what I can do better down in the comment section, since there's no dislike button anymore. So you can just scream at me instead. Good job, YouTube. And without further ado, have a lovely rest of your day, evening, morning, afternoon, and night. Bye-bye.